Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Would the Pokemon Company Hire On, Feature, and Promote individuals that are thieves, that are scammers, and or that have criminal records. And we're gonna I guess answer that a little bit more today. So first up here we have Gunnar Morales. And some people might know or might not know, might have heard some things, might have heard some little rumors going on. But we're going to start it out today with the mugshot. We're going to have the mugshot. We're going to have this back from 2017. And according to Gunnar's employer, one of Gunnar's previous employers, this was something that he bragged about, that he was stealing cards from Walmart. So if that isn't a great intro and what you're in store for, I don't know what is. So let's get into it. First up, we have metalc0re. This is Gunnar. This is the one. This is the guy. Don't let the kitty cat profile picture fool you. He is the one and same Gunnar from the mugshot in the previous slide here. Let's get into it. Now, surely, the Pokemon Company, if they're going to ban people for doing this, without the ending there, as part of their celebration in a Pokemon tournament, if they're going to get rid of them, surely they're doing background checks. Surely they're going to be able to find stuff like a mugshot, like a criminal history of stealing, shoplifting, whoop-de-doo. If I can pick it up, surely a background check when they're doing the casting for this stuff, when you're doing something, when you're making a show that's probably centered around, you want it to be child-friendly. It's on Prime Video. You wouldn't want to embarrass yourself as the Pokemon Company by getting the scammy whammies on there. And my God, did they ever get the scammy whammies on there. So we have metalc0re, who is proudly posting the fact that he was here with the trainer show. And my apologies for anyone that's featured here alongside. Not everyone, but there are a large portion of the people that are featured within this stuff, especially within this certain photo here. As we've seen, we got Cloud, who was featured recently on the channel, banned from Whatnot for taking money and not sending product. That is a scam in my books. I don't know why anyone and everyone, there's people out there that are like, oh yeah, Cloud's not that bad though. He just doesn't ship anything to people. That's part of a transaction. That's scamming. My apologies for anyone that thinks that it isn't. If he wants a second chance, I think Whatnot needs to strap down, buckle down, instead of just kind of letting him back without explanation, and to be on a stream with a Whatnot employee who also seems to have troubles sending stuff to people that they purchased. Not acceptable. Whether Whatnot refunds it, whether people have to reach out or whether they don't have to reach out, not acceptable, not something that should be going on the platform. So today we have Gunnar, aka metalc0re, over on the left hand side, and don't worry, there is going to be a follow-up episode. We got more people. Who do you think? Who do you take a guess in the comments section? Who else is going to be featured from this photo in a future Rattle video? I mean, if you just like, I don't know, what are the odds here? What are the odds? How many bad people? And my apologies for anyone that is not a bad person that is in that photo, but you're surrounded by bad people, in my opinion. Again, this is all my opinion. This is all testimony based on people that are involved with this. Take it as you will. Do your own research. And if there's any additional information, if there's anything super urgent or any mistakes in just me speaking, I'll pin a comment down below and I'll be sure to follow up if needed. Now, there's a ton of information here. It's going to be a long video. I can hear the little rage babies typing right now. Rattle, what the hell? This is the longest video ever. Why isn't it 30 seconds? Get the hell onto Shorts or TikTok or whatever the fuck you're on. Get out of here. This is not for you. You don't deserve to learn. All right. Now we have Amazing Games TCG. And this one's an important one. This has to do with a previous employer of Gunnar. And that previous employer is Gershi from Amazing Games TCG. He was the one who told me Gunnar would brag about stealing from Walmart and having a mugshot. Totally cool. Man, I don't know why you would brag about that. I kind of know why you might brag about it or bring it up before people realize. Please, if you own a game store, do not hire anyone who brags about stealing. Whether it's from Walmart, whether it's, I don't care who it's from. If they're stealing candy from a baby, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's not even trading cards. If they're stealing, clearly they lack ethics and there's an increased risk of them stealing from you as well. As soon as you hear that, it should be like, oh, you shouldn't be here anymore. See ya. The bragging about it part is likely because people are going to find the record of shoplifting anyway. If I can find it, I'm sure a background check, which apparently the Pokemon Company does not do before they hire a cast for a TV show that will be permanently, a tarnished little gem on their name for years to come. Surely they should have done the same. Surely anyone could do the same, whether you're hiring for your business or whether if you're going to promote people, put them front and center in front of an audience. Please just look into it a little bit. I'm sure there's some scams, there's some details that you're not going to find out without like doing a deep dive. They should have done a deep dive, but it's something as simple as just searching the internet to find out if someone has a criminal record. Probably a good start. Now, about working at the shop. We have quote from Gershi here, who says, when he worked for me, he had access to a lot of inventory and took advantage of the trust I had in him. Gershi has not made any public statements about this at this point in time. He says, quote, from what I see, he takes advantage of people when an opportunity presents itself. And quote, dude keeps burning bridges and it always seems like he owes somebody money and has some excuse why he can't pay up in a timely fashion. Sounds about right. Maybe robbing Peter to pay Paul? Is that the saying? Did I get that right? Now, according to Gershi, he worked for AGS shortly after he parted ways with Amazing Games TCG. More on that in a bit, because it seems like stolen goods from Amazing Games ended up following Gunnar to AGS. See where I'm going with this? After Gunnar no longer worked there, the owner, Gershi, says he was out of town and asked Gunnar to cover for the shop. Items went missing, and Gershi is certain that Gunnar took them. This is going to line up with the next section here, which is AGS. Let's go through a couple slides here. So on the right-hand side in the red is Gershi in the holding up in the Jurassic Park pants and the holding up a orange sweater. That is our boy Gunnar that we're featuring today. Now, before we get into this, I'm going to ask. This was quite a while ago, 8/15/2023, where I asked Gunnar, did you steal a bunch of stuff from AGS and get let off the hook? So this is what I heard. This was the rumor circulating before I had more additional information. So I just wanted to reach out to the person being accused of this, what their thought was on it. And we're going to get into the details. We're going to get into both sides. So we're going to find out whether or not we have Gunnar lying to me here. Let's see what happens. He says, absolutely not, LOL. I said, have someone telling me you did. If I dig, is that what I'm going to find? Something similar that was a misunderstanding, question mark. If you dig, there is nothing to find. I was accused of stealing from AGS. After a week, AGS dropped any allegations against me and we parted ways. I can have current employees from AGS contact you to tell you I'm innocent if needed. I say, I don't know if the employee that was going to contact me was his girlfriend or who he was going to get to contact me, but I spoke to individuals at AGS, people associated with AGS, and his story is not exactly lining up with what I'm hearing now that I've kind of heard all sides. I said I need to talk to them about something else, so can ask at the same time. And that was Harvey that was at AGS. So AGS having a little bit of trouble here, getting some people that shouldn't be on, getting them on when they shouldn't be on. And Gunnar says, do you want me to get you a contact? I said, no thanks. Have what I need. Just wanted to reach out to you first to see if there was any merit in the claims. He says, no problem. If you have any other questions, just let me know. So this and I guess some other stuff where he likes my posts and stuff like that, along with like some, I don't know if it was fake offers or if it was overzealous offers of sending me out to a convention, paying my expenses. But then that never happened and he just kind of ghosted me on it. Not really sure. Don't know. Don't really care about that part. More important is the fact that it is extremely concerning. It seems like he has a history of stealing. Well, definitely has a history of stealing with the police report in the beginning, and then everything to follow with the game store and the grading company AGS. So now, with AGS, let's get into what AGS is saying when I reached out to them. This is all according to Alex from AGS, the CEO that is listed on the site there. Talked to him. This is what he told other people. This is what he told me as well. Seems pretty consistent. But here's the gist of it. We have Gunnar, who was selling on AGS streams for them. Basically hired on, AGS employee. At some point, started bringing in goods that were stolen from a game store. Both slabs and sealed product. And you guessed it, according to Alex, these stolen items were from Amazing Games TCG, where he just worked prior to. The same Amazing Games TCG where he worked before and that we discussed earlier. The same one that let him look after the shop and had items go missing. So AGS looked into their own inventory, and what did they find? They found a whopping $13,000 stolen in 4 months by Gunnar and his girlfriend. Whoop-de-doo. Who would have thought? Little track record. Little bit of an issue here. A little bit of an ongoing issue. And again, it's the same issue. This is one of those things where I don't know if AGS did a background check as well. But please, guys, if you're running this stuff, do a background check. Ask me. Yeah, I do a YouTube search. I mean, in this case, it wouldn't have helped. But at least do a YouTube search. Just put Rattle Pokemon and then the name of whoever it is that you're hiring on. That's the least you can do. And then also just criminal background checks if you're hiring employees, especially when they're handling goods belonging to other people and are putting your name on stuff. You need to be extra careful. AGS was not careful enough with this. That's kind of where we'll leave it. So we had orders that were canceled on those AGS streams and sold on eBay through Old School Pokemon's consignment service. Now, this is not the fault of Old School, but another reminder to be very careful if you're consigning things for other people. Scammers and thieves will try to use you, and you need to cover your buns. Because if they're stolen goods that they're trying to sell, you got to have a way to rectify that situation, whether or not you're liable for any of it. You need to have identification for anyone that's selling through you, and you need to be responsible. Now, we're not pointing the finger at Old School, but this is kind of lending credibility to the story that AGS identified that Gunnar was selling through a consignment service. Now, Gunnar's father, after things came to light, apparently he was arrested. Gunnar's father came to Alex with a sad story about Gunnar's special needs brother, that the family was struggling, etc., and that they would pay back everything that Alex had found in order to have the charges dropped. And now this is consistent with what Alex told everyone. Gunnar's story, what he's telling other people, doesn't seem to line up with this or with anything else or even his own previous stories. So I have to believe, me personally, I believe that this is what actually happened. Now, we have Gunnar's girlfriend who was in on it. We're going to talk about her in a little bit here, towards the tail end of the video. And Alex referred to her as a sort of getaway driver, helping out. She was doing the shipping. She was helping out with that potentially. Here is the girlfriend. We have Elise. IDK bro, sorry is the old tag. You can see that they're pretty chummy. Pretty cool stuff. Now, where does it end? Where does it end? Apparently it doesn't. This is an ongoing issue, and this is why I want to personally make sure, like, the lack of, there's lots of little tidbits, there's lots of stuff going on, but why is no one expressing concerns publicly about this? Why am I the one to do it? Why has no one said anything about this publicly? I can't really blame them. There's backlash to do with any of that stuff. Again, I receive threats. I'm going to receive angry messages and everything else. People that don't know, people that do know what's going on. The Blakers are still pissed off at me because they were scamming people on Whatnot and got banned for it. At least most of them got banned for it. Some of them got off scot-free, I guess, because they weren't scamming long enough. Again, on camera, scamming people with rigged gambling games. Blows my mind. So now here's where we have Donovan, aka DNV Max _, who appears to be working alongside some of these people. Oh, followed by Opossum Bud and AGS. All right, hopefully they're watching this video so they know what's going on. We know that Opossum doesn't do research, so there's no way that he's actually trying to look into this dude. He's just going to probably copy this video. And rightfully so. I mean, I'm going to actually do the work. Yasmin, next up on the list, and yes, Yasmin is one of the individuals featured in the photo here, in the middle, right in the middle here. Yasmin, you're off the hook. You have not done anything to warrant a bad reputation, but you are in the photo. You're unfortunately in the photo with bad people who got promoted by Pokemon. Now, Yasmin reaches out. I reached out, she reached out, we talked to each other, and she says, so when Pokesun and myself purchased Evolving Skies booster boxes from Donovan, again, the sneaker deeker guy, man, if a sneaker flipper isn't a warning sign, Please. He used Elise's PayPal to get paid. He kept dragging things out and dodging Pokesun and myself. After almost a week, her and I finally got refunded. So that's a little bit weird. We have metalc0re's GF who is taking PayPal payments. So sneaker seller, sneaker flipper dipper. That's a warning sign. I mean, we're gonna get into more warning signs that are not necessarily public information, but they will be now. But also the fact that we have, if somebody has to use somebody else's PayPal, that's a bad sign. Either they're banned from PayPal, like everyone should have. If you're doing flips and dips and everything of the sort, and you don't have your own PayPal to put the payment through, you're either banned or you don't have one. Please, we've seen this 100 times on the channel here with scammers, often the Instagram scammers that'll use their baby mama's PayPal address or things like that. Be careful. That's it's a warning. It's good that they use the PayPal goods and services. Again, even if you use PayPal goods and services, you need to be careful. You could be tying up your money for a while. You could have a fight on your hands. PayPal could they could send an empty box and PayPal could just decide to shaft you. If the person that's selling via PayPal goods and services can prove that you're trying to resell these things or that you're a reseller in general, they can screw you over that way. So you need to be careful regardless. It's not like a save all, be all, end all, blindly send people money because it's PayPal goods and services. But it is better than barebacking, like suggested by Donovan in the beginning. So we have Gunnar is still a very active member of our community, unfortunately, because no one came out and spoke up against him because none of us really got ripped off by him directly. The people who had submitted cards with AGS and those cards got lost. I really don't know what happened with that. I'm assuming AGS compensated them somehow, but Elise and Gunnar are a plague in our community and they're still at it now with Donovan. So yes, if you knowingly are working with somebody that has scammed people and you're selling stuff for them, yes, it is. You're on the hook too. It's not a get out of jail free card because they're not doing anything bad at that point in time, or you don't think they're doing anything bad, but they're going to find ways. Bad people that are banned from things, that are kind of blacklisted, whether it's an official blacklisting or just people know that they're scamming, they're going to try to find other people to sell through. Don't be one of those people that they sell through. Now, back to the photo. We got this little bad boy here. Again, she's in the middle. Thank you very much to Yasmin for reaching out. Here we have the PayPal payment, just in case anyone wanted to confirm whether or not it was actually her PayPal. And again, everything leads back to Elise being the payment method in question, and all the communications indicate such. Now, Pokesun TCG, thank you very much to her for reaching out to me as well, providing some information, some insight on what looks like it was intended to be a scam. So we have a little note from her here. She says, yes, DNVMax_, aka Donovan, who was part of the group that called Safe House, reached out to me. Yazzie, who was also in the photo you showed, that's who we just covered, Yasmin, and Javier, about purchasing some sealed products that he accidentally found in storage. Accidentally found in storage? Like, I hope that wasn't the wording that he used. Wanted to sell right away due to his current situation. Again, we have a lot of disappearing messages. We have stories and everything like that we don't have a record of, because why would you have stuff that you have a record of if you're trying to do something shady? She says, he asked me to send payment via Zelle or Cash App. I declined and said I will only do PayPal goods and services. Good choice. You might be out 1,100 boners if you didn't. He said he will get me to send it to his friend. Why? Why do you not have a PayPal? You're a sneaker flipper and you're a card flipper, but you don't have a PayPal address of your own. Like, you're an adult. You should have one. There is no excuse for why you should be banned from it to not have one, or why you can't make one, or you shouldn't have already had one made. Blows my mind. Again, super red flag. At that point, I'm out. Get me out of there. No, Yazzie, the other victim that got scammed along with me, but she knew metalc0re and told me what happened about the AGS ordeal. So again, this is like one of those, like, in the background until you get a Rattle Pokemon video about it, where the AGS story is not confirmed or denied. It's just a rumor and people try to avoid it. But if you don't know about it, you didn't hear about it, or you don't realize that they're trying to sell through other people, you might be SOL. Yeah, so I was following metalc0re and IDK Sorry Bros IG story because DNV Max was making all sorts of excuses on not refunding me back, saying that they might be busy with Collecticon that weekend. I checked their IG story and they were at Collecticon with the Flocka concert. Very good on them. Now, we have a couple DMs here. Again, I've seen many more than this, but just some important tidbits here is the idkbrosorry@gmail.com address that was used. And then we also have the fact that Mr. Donovan here is saying that the box was en route to UPS on a Thursday, but then all the way through Saturday could not provide a tracking number. The refund was given. I mean, they didn't really have any choice. It was going to be given back regardless. And this is one of those things where, oh crap, I guess I couldn't scam. This is in my opinion, guys. Oh crap, I couldn't scam. So I got to refund it, and then it'll be all right, and then people won't talk about it, right? What if it was Zelle? What if it was one of the other payment methods that were requested that don't have buyer protection? And like why are you saying it that it's on the way to UPS? There's no tracking number. There's no tracking number later on. There's no, hey, can you ship the boxes back? Again, the story changes time and time again, much like we saw the metalc0re stuff change time and time again. So we have Javier, the collector, who was also offered this stuff. And we have a nice little screenshot here. We have an abundance of evolving. That is a lot of evolving skies. My God. So we have some prices here. Shiny Star V, Evolution's booster box, $600 his cost, is what Donovan is saying, is claiming here, which is wild. But then we have Evolving Skies booster, 300. Does booster box for 300 as long as you don't tell anyone what you paid? So that's sketchy too. Don't tell anyone what you paid for it. That's got to be secret information. But also, you think he's just going to take half price for something that is as liquid as Evolving Skies? Why? What is the point of that? It seems like they need some quick money, and it is all around concerning. That was also the message that was sent to me. He sent me photos of the things, but they were timed, and then sent me that, I don't know about his cost, but he just sent me prices of things. So that you got timed messages that disappear. You got secret decrets. It looks sketch from even without any of the transactions going wrong, before any of this happened, without using any hindsight whatsoever. Like it looks like a scam. Now, I will thank Hustle Collects, who claims to not be a fan, but he did help me out with this. Hopefully I've changed his mind a little bit in terms of what I'm doing here, what we're trying to do, why we're trying to warn people about people getting scammed, because we have this. We have Hustle, who reached out, was doing the good deed, was reaching out to Pokesun, and by proxy the other two that were offered this stuff, trying to warn her, hey, you don't want to be buying from this guy. He scammed me, and he's also scamming other people. Now, thank you to him and to anyone else that is out there warning people. Even if you don't have a platform where you can share this information, even if you won't want to put your neck on the line like I do in order to share this information publicly, thank you for warning people that potentially were going to get scammed by this. Now, at the same time, he was kind enough to add me to a group. He claims he was scammed by Donovan in the whole sneaker market, and then also that there is a group here where they're claiming to have at least 40 people or around 40 people that got scammed, and somewhere in the ballpark of $30,000 that they know of that has been scammed by Donovan. That is mighty concerning. That is concerning when you have people that have a history of stealing, whether it's from Walmart, whether it's from a game store, whether it's from their employer, as a grading company that's having them do online selling. What is going on here? This is an absolute disaster. This is a warning that needs to be put out for everyone. Be very careful out there, guys. Make sure you're looking after each other. And to end things off, let's go through the IDK Bro Sorry comment that was put on a YouTube video by an individual who I do not like, who was criticizing AGS. I have my own criticisms of AGS. I don't think it's actually AI. I think they need to dial that claim back quite a bit. It's a series of scans, which I think is appropriate. I mean, most of the grading companies are probably going to be doing that in order to diagnose or evaluate condition on cards, rather than just having the human eye. If that can be automated, great. Is it intelligence artificial intelligence. Is it learning anything? Probably not. It's probably just assessing condition, checking whether something's real, checking if something has any signs of tampering, whether it's, coloring in blue borders or anything like that. I think it's all useful, but I think it's overstated what it actually is. But we have her here, Elise, claiming that she was fired for reasons other than the theft that was going on. So that doesn't align whatsoever, and I get it. We got a little bit of a disgruntled employee here who is claiming that she wasn't paid enough when she was just shipping stuff or whatnot, which, again, the ability that basically the requirement to be able to ship whatnot things is not very high. You just need to know what order is what. You need to, the labels print themselves out. So you're just packaging things in a way that they don't get damaged. It should not be a high paying job. And I think the biggest requirement, or the biggest thing that someone's probably looking for, is the fact that you're not going to steal any of those items that are supposed to be shipped out. And apparently, according to AGS, you didn't make that happen. You took the stuff, according to Alex from AGS, according to all of the stories that were told around this. And again, depending on the time of day, depending on what Gunnar was telling other people, sometimes he got arrested, sometimes he didn't get arrested. According to me, he got let off, so that means he's innocent. But at the same time, if it's true that your father paid your debts, paid the amount that you stole, and told a story about your brother in order to get you off on that does not make you innocent. That it just means that someone had mercy on you, and maybe they shouldn't have, if you're going to continue to do this. And I don't know how much Gunnar actually had to do with the whole Sneaker Deaker Donovan and that transaction with the Evolving Skies, but if they're together, if they were allegedly stealing from AGS together, are they still doing stuff like that together? And are they using Donovan, who is known for, at least according to the people in the group, as stealing from them? What is going on here? What an absolute disaster. The Pokemon, the Pokemon Bang Bus photo continues to just produce an absolute rabbit hole, and we got more to come on other individuals in that photo. So stay tuned for that. Take care of each other out there. Hopefully this was insightful. Hopefully you guys, you got to look out. Even if people have a reputation, even if people are going to all the shows, even if people are featured on a Pokemon show with a bus that's painted yellow and it's got a Charizard on the other side of it, they might not be good people. And again, it's wild to me that this stuff is allowed to go on. It's wild to me just the sheer percentage of people that are actually taking advantage of others. And no, I'm not talking about people that friggin' resell stuff. That's fucking dumb shit. This is it's actually stealing from people that we should be pointing out. Don't get it confused. I know there's other rage baity YouTube channels that are going to try to get you upset about somebody that's flipping something. That doesn't matter. Stealing does matter. You guys have a good one. Take care of each other. Join the Discord. See you next time. Bye.